Hey everybody, it is Tuesday and it's 2 o'clock, or well, it's 2:06, but we're gonna roll with it. And if you can bear with me a moment, I gotta bring up another screen since, nope, maybe I don't. I don't know. Facebook changes things every 5 minutes and I have no idea what's going on here. So if you've got a comment, feel free to drop in a comment. Oh, there we go. We're seeing comments now. So I want to thank you for being here, first of all. Really appreciate it. And of course, it's just midday on a Tuesday, or if somebody catching this later on YouTube, I have no idea what time of day it is, whatever. So, yeah, I didn't get a chance to change my sign, but if you know what my sign said last week, which is the same as what it says this week, feel free to drop that in as a comment. And we will do a drawing for a, I always like to talk about what we're gonna give away. And today I'm gonna give away some Crate Insider beef jerky because it's really awesome and you should check out how the sweet teriyaki is. Next up, the other thing, I always do giveaways on the show because, well, it's just a great way to share the manufacturers that we work with, sponsors, and be able to share that information. And so today we're going to give away a ProFab hat, and all you need to do to enter is, it's really easy. Just leave a comment. You can say hi. You can tell us where you're watching from. Tell us what kind of car you've got, or you can ask a question and I will do my best to answer your questions for sure. So this ProFab hat, and in fact, because of this, I have a ProFab product to tell you guys about. This is a limited edition because at ProFab, they are absolute perfectionists, and so therefore, they messaged me last week. My friend Andrew Andrew Garris at ProFab, he messaged me and said, hey, we were working on these mufflers. They didn't come out perfect to our extent. Like they were using the automatic welder or something. So they're all fixed. They're perfectly fine as far as how they're gonna work, but they're just not as super pretty and perfect like ProFab normally likes them to be. So I have 4 of these that I put into the scratch and dent section. So you could save $50 a piece or $100 for a pair, but just know that I only have 4 of these. And so we'll drop that in, but I have these scratch and dent, I'm putting them in the scratch and dent section. I mean, they're brand new and they're perfectly fine. They're just not to that super perfect standard that ProFab likes to put out there. So that's a product I just wanted to mention to you guys. We put it on the website, and when they're gone, they're gone. I can't make people have mistakes, things happen, so the way it goes. I do have another announcement I want to tell you guys about. It's really exciting because you've heard me talk about Daytona 1 a lot on the show, and earlier, gosh, I guess last month, we did what we called the D1 challenge. So we invited racers, any racer, to do a video about any Daytona 1 product. And as a result of that, we have some winners everybody won a prize pack. Everybody that participated won a prize pack. And they won more than that because, I know that some of the people that participated in the competition, all of a sudden they got viewed differently from potential sponsors. It was a really cool deal. And so I've got some Daytona 1 products probably above my head here. Anyway, there we go. There's a couple Daytona 1 products right there. And fantastic products, but Buck called me last week and he's like, hey, I want to do like a grand prize. I want to do $500 cash for the winner, and I've got like 4 finalists for you. So I'm asking you today to go and check those entries out. We have 4 finalists. They include Mikey Burnham, Tommy Belmer, Jeremiah Reed, and Alex Hendren would be our 4 finalists. And there's a page, we'll just drop in the link, and go check out the page on the website. You can see all 4 of their videos, and then you'll be able to vote for your favorite. So if you want some other people to participate, or if you have a favorite driver in there, then you could even share that page and ask other people to vote. Each person uses your Facebook login to be able to track your voting, and you can vote up to once per day. So I encourage you to, really support, let's show the support for Daytona 1 for, really stepping up. And this whole sponsorship deal has been worth thousands of dollars spread out, between the people who participated and the other prizes and now the grand prize. Then I want to see some great movement on this, because you never know what other manufacturers are going to come to me and say, hey Kate, let's do some type of a special deal for racers, and if we can be successful with this promotion, it means we'll be successful with other promotions. Actually, this promotion has been wonderfully successful, and it's really a win-win all the way across the board. So with that, I'm going to say hi to some folks, and then I'll talk about about the top 5 products of the week here. So I see we have Brandon here, and Carl, and Dustin, and Steve, Alan, Tommy, Danny. Gosh, thank you all for being here. I see Penny, Bill, Chad, Brian, still doing well for up there in New York. You know, I know that's been a struggle up there. Christopher and Jim. So yeah, thank you all for being here for sure. And feel free to, at any time, just go ahead and drop in any questions that you guys have, and I am happy to do what I can to answer those. Although if they're super techie questions, then you can check out our show Unsealed, which happens on Sundays. I do a live show with Steve Hendren, which of course then we turn it into a podcast. So if you just want to listen to that show, and you can find that on the CrateInsider.com, and that's where you'll find that, or on iTunes or Google Play, Spotify, SoundCloud, any of the podcast aggregators, you should be able to find that podcast. So pretty straightforward there. All right, with that, let's talk about our top 5 products of the week. And in the number 5 spot, we were just talking about Daytona 1. Well, Daytona 1, probably one of the most popular products that we sell, is going to be the Daytona 1 XL1 engine treatment. This happens to be the 16 ounce, so it's the perfect size. You can dump this whole bottle in when you're doing an oil change. So instead of 7 quarts of oil, you use 6.5 quarts of oil and a whole container of this for your oil change, and it works beautifully. Really what works great is the fact that this product, as an oil additive, it will bind with the ferrous metals in your engine. So the iron, anything that's iron or steel, because iron or steel always has jaggedy edges. So this will smooth those out, and what happens then is you have this smoother, slicker surface, which means less friction, and anytime we have less friction, we have less heat, and in an engine situation with a race engine, we're going to be able to free up more horsepower. In a passenger car situation, which is how I use this product, I use it in my regular Toyota, and it gives me better gas mileage because of cutting down friction. So, you know, just cutting down friction is a win. It's always a win. And so the Daytona 1 XL1 engine treatment is a great choice for that. And for this 16 ounce container, it runs $24.95. All right, so next up, in the number 4 spot this week, what do we got here? We have, oh my gosh, I just had to put an order in for more of these. This would be our valve spring changer from LSM Racing Products. Now, when I order these, knowing the fact that I order these specifically for my customers who run crate engines, it means that I order things a certain way. Oh yeah, that's right. If the lid lifts up like this, doesn't pop out. I do love their packaging. I'm just gonna go ahead and show it off for a moment, because look at this. It comes in this box here where it's got the foam in here, so it keeps it nice and secure. But we use here's the valve spring changing tool right here, and it's all T61 or 6061 T6 aluminum. So it's, I mean, this is heavy duty. This will last you a lifetime. And then we use it with this little stud here, or insert that drops right down in here, so that it's the right size for your rocker studs. Or I don't know, somebody's corrected me on what those are actually called before. I don't even know, but the things that you would hook this onto. So it's the right insert for that, especially for a crate engine. And of course, you could use this valve spring changer on all kinds of other engines, but again, we do this for crates, so that's why I sell it with the way that's sold. And this whole kit runs $218.98, and then you can also order it with a speed handle if you would like. And with the speed handle, it just makes it faster. Instead of having to use a wrench at the top to turn it, then you've got the speed handle that can just kind of crank it and work it really, really fast. All right, next up in the number 3 spot this week is from our friends at Walker Performance Filtration. And the filter of the week this week is our 3-inch filter. And the reason why is because these filters end up being pretty tall. And the reason they get so tall is because of all the urethane. So I just wanted to show that to you. So if you look at how thick this urethane is, and what works out really nicely, the squishiness on here, it means that we can get a really nice and tight seal with any of our air filter bases or lids. When you don't have as much of this urethane like this, it's just harder to get a really tight seal, and then you can end up with dust and dirt and get all of that into your engine, which defeats the entire purpose of having an air filter. So when we say it's a 3-inch filter, we're really referring to the amount of the filter portion of it is 3 inches, but the overall height ends up being a little bit closer to 4. Now, all of the filters are the same price, so they're $99. They come pre-oiled, so like when you can get this out of the package, you just drop it on your engine and you're ready to go. So you're in good shape there. Oh, and I already said the price and all of that good stuff. Okay, well that brings us to, actually I'm just going to talk about number 2 and number 1 at the same time. So number 2 on our list this week was a product that we introduced last week, and that is going to be our Crate Insider flat air filter lid that's been black powder coated. I love how now these air filter bases and lids, which by the way, that's number 1. These are now so much sturdier because of that powder coating. And also the material that these are made out of, this aluminum, is made in the United States. So I'm gonna show you how this all goes together. We've got our base right here. Base runs $109.50, and then we would have our filter that is gonna go right in here. It's got a groove right there. So this filter will just slide right on top of here, just like that. And then our lid, which runs $78.50, and just drops on there like that. Well, it'll sort of drop on there. Really, if you have 2 hands to do this, better. But now, I mean, this we can squeeze together like this sandwich, and it's all really, really tight in here, especially as we get like a Joe's Air Cleaner stud kit. We can put that in here, or you know, whatever kind of stud you're using, but it's gonna really create this nice sandwich. And when we look at this, so this is with the 3-inch filter, and I can tell you that from my hand here up to this, even the bottom of this, you're gonna raise your air filter above your carburetor about 2 inches. So then we got our 2 inches plus our, well, 3 here, and then another about a 1/2 inch. So it looks like, oh, I didn't bring a tape measure out today, but I would say we're probably at roughly 5.5 inches would be my guess. Might even be at 6, because truthfully, this is a 4-inch. This is a 4-inch filter by the time we put the urethane on here, plus the 2 inches. So I'd say we're at about 6 inches high for this. So that's why with the shorter filter, it can come in handy rather than the 4-inch filter. I sell lots of the 4-inch filter, but the 3-inch filter, especially if a divisibility is an issue, then the 3-inch filter is the way to go for you. So that is this whole little, I didn't actually even plan this whole little demo here today, but I think it works out. And I feel like, now I feel like it's taking me back to my like waiting tables days. Right here, you know, got my little tray, and who knew? Air filters. All right, I'm gonna see if there's any questions. We're gonna start doing some drawings, make it a fun, quick show. And then, you know, let everybody get on with their day. So let me bring up my random number generator here, and then we'll give away some prizes, because I love giving away prizes. And let's see, we got a bunch of comments here. And I can never tell how many we have. Can you tell me how many comments we have?
Let me see.
We'll find out in a second. We will find out in just a moment. I'll see if there's any questions here. If you guys have any questions. Dustin saying, who all runs an IMCA stock car? I know I have a lot of IMCA customers. I don't know how many IMCA stock cars here. It's enjoying our show, so thank you so much. Oh, and Kevin's saying he and his brother run that IMCA, so that's pretty cool. I've got Kevin here from Ontario, Canada. Kevin's here from Colorado. We got people all over the country. Jason Alexander says, love the carburetor I got from you guys last week and all the stuff I got. Yep, Jason, you know, thank you so much. We truly appreciate your business for sure.
52.
Okay, great. 52. 52. We got like 52 chicken wings, which is a whole nother story right there. Okay, so I'm gonna have Alex help out with that. And then do you have another number for me?
Yeah.
You can just tell me what it is.
6.
Okay, cool. All right, so, okay. And we will have some winners for you in just a moment. All right. Chuck says I sent you a message to your inbox about a week ago. Okay, I don't know. I'll take a look. Sometimes I run... I have a lot of different profiles, so it can be a little tough. Sometimes things get buried. or I don't get notified, so I apologize, Chuck. I will take a look and see what I've missed from your inbox. Otherwise, you're welcome to call me or send me an email. It's always easy. The ones I answer the most are text messages, probably. But with 20 different social media profiles and websites, I know I can miss a message every once in a while, and I definitely apologize for that. I definitely don't try to ignore anybody and do try to answer that. So Chuck said he's got a question for me and Steve. Okay, we'll try to cover it on next week's show. All right, well, and it's so funny because Chuck, I swear to God, this is not rigged, but you win the hat because Alex is over doing the random numbers, and Chuck, message me again, and this time send me your address and we'll get you that hat sent out to you. And that would be our ProFab hat right here. We've got a little shout out here for PRN at the track. Lenny Batiki over there is awesome to work with. And then Kevin Gallo for the jerky. So Kevin, if you would send Crate Insider a private message with your address and we will get those things sent out to you. In the meantime, I want to just really thank you all for being here. Thank you for being part of Top 5 Tuesday. And I will be back on Sunday with Steve for Unsealed. And of course, I will be here next Tuesday at 2 o'clock for Top 5 Tuesday. Have a great week, and thanks so much for watching.